Hey, what's up, everyone? Big red day today, unfortunately, and it basically means we don't get to equal that big green streak that we had end of May, beginning of June, 14 days. Our winning streak this time around ends at 12 days. So, unfortunately, not only did it end at 12 days, it ended in a massive, massive red day. Not the biggest red day I've ever had, but certainly the biggest losing trade I've ever made. Probably the worst trade I've ever made, and finished $64,000 down on one trade. And we were substantially down at one point to the tune of about $60,000. I did trade again. I locked my montage off, and but I did trade again, and I ended up making a bit of a comeback. Not as much as I would have liked, of course, but I can't complain about the comeback. I made 13,000 on NERV and Minerva, and I made QNRX again that we traded yesterday. We took another 26,000 out of QNRX. So all in all, a little bit disappointed on having a big red day. Over 27,000, 27,500 red day. I guess it's just one of those things that it comes with day trading. It is one of those. It stings. It absolutely stings. It's a belly punch to the pride for sure. But it's one of those things that comes with day trading, and particularly if you don't stick to your strategy in terms of risk management. I had chances where I could have cut my losses today on and if I'd done that at the time, I would have been the early part of the Open. I would have been about 14, maybe 15,000 in the red, and I could have come back from that today. I could have come back from that. Just the hot volatility in the market, I could have come back from that. I made QNRX. I made another, say, almost $26,000 on QNRX. So absolutely, if I'd been 15,000, 14,000 in the red, I could have come back and done it. But 60,000 was just too much. So I've got a big, huge drawdown to make. I'm a little bit annoyed at myself more than anything. We were 90,000 up after 3 days on the month. And I was getting a little bit cocky, a little bit cocksure of myself, feeling invincible. The market's hot, and I decided to get greedy. I decided to be a little bit over-aggressive. There's no other word for it in terms of my share sizing. On NVIV Therapeutics was the big one. It moved up handsomely from the bell, and I tried to ride the momentum. I got in a nice entry. Tried to ride the momentum, and got greedy. I started off at 5,000, and then I scaled up as it was moving up. Scaled up into a halt, then scaled up at the top for the break of $14. Which point I'm like 20,000 shares deep. And it reversed on me. At first, I thought it was just a consolidation, so I continued to hold, and it continued to reverse. And before you know it, I was 14,000 in the red. So then I looked, okay, well, it started to rally again. So I got back in again and added to my position and got greedy and almost revenge, not quite revenge trading, but I thought, that this has got strength. It's had 2 or 3 halts, volatility halts to the upside, and gapped up. And as soon as it starts to make its move back up, I'll be good. And I got too cocksure of too overconfident is the only thing I can say. When you get overconfident and you start to get greedy and you think that you've got the markets worked out, that's when they come back and humble you, and they always will. So I suppose the lesson learned today is stick to the strategy, stick to your, be disciplined about risk management. I was doing really well. I was $10,000 up before, during the open. I was $10,000 up, having a really good day. Keeping my share size at an acceptable level between 2,500 5,000 shares on these extremely highly volatile stocks, and just not able to capitalize on that to get a really big move meant nothing to me. I was $10,000 up, and that's twice my daily goal. And I was thinking, because yesterday I made huge get over $44,000 yesterday, trading between $2,500 and $5,000. And I was looking back at it and thinking, if I'd have been a bit more aggressive and traded between $5,000 and $10,000, I could have made 80, 90, even 100,000 yesterday, as opposed to looking at it and saying, I made 44,000 yesterday. So getting greedy, it's cost me. However, I've got to zoom out. I'm in the middle. I've just got a nice glass of wine here. I've got to zoom out, and I always say zoom out when it comes to trading in particular. You have a bad trade and you lose money. You zoom out and you say, okay, well, where am I on the day? No, it's a bad day. I zoom out today as I sit right here now. Just over 27,000 in the red, and I should be feeling proud that I've managed to minimize that loss, almost half that loss from where we were. And then zoom out again. Where are we on the week? So $100,000 is the goal for the month. That breaks it out as $25,000 per week. So after 27,000 down, this is going to bring us back to around what, 70,000? No, 60,000. Just over 60,000. About 63,000, 64,000. So 64,000 on the week. 64,000 on the week. I say that now, and I hear it coming out of my mouth, and I'm thinking to myself, if I'd said this last week, and you've made on Friday, and said you made 64,000 this week, I would have been absolutely ecstatic with that result. The fact that when we were $10,000 up pre-market today, I was over my monthly goal. We were over 100,000 on the week after 4 days. So now after 4 days, 64,000. I should be really pleased, but to give so much back off the top today, I'm actually kicking myself. I really am kicking myself. It could have been so much better. That's not to be disrespectful or ungrateful for where I am. I just have to regroup my sensibilities, and go back at it tomorrow, Friday tomorrow. I zoom out. I'm green on the week, profitable. I'm green on the month, profitable. I'm hella green on the year, profitable. So all is not lost. No. What actually happened? Well, let's have a look at what actually happened. So, well, actually, we traded QNRX. We traded pre-market, and I'll put this here on the 5-minute. So I got in 7:30. This started to move up, and I caught this move up. The simple reason I caught this move up is because we made so much money on it yesterday. It was actually on my montage as it was happening. So I was looking at my scanners. It topped the scanners in terms of momentum as it broke. The green line, broke $20. That's where I got in, and I was able to ride this up, and we got this bounce, and was able to get that as well. So we're $10,000 up pre-market. We didn't trade anything else coming into the open, so we were looking at trading this. It started to sell off, so we switched on to other things. We traded a couple of other things actually, but the one that really started, it hit the scanners, volatility and huge gains on the day, and moving in a very similar fashion to what we'd seen with a lot of the stocks over the last week or so in terms of huge moves up. Saw this, and it was, for me, it was just well, it was hard for me to accept what I actually did here. As this moved up, it then hit the top of the scan as it hit a volatility halt here, gapped up, volatility halt here, and this is where we got in. So we got in here towards the top of this move, for the break of $11, and it moved up into a halt. It gapped up, so I'm thinking, great, we'll take a little bit of profit, and then we added back, and we added back up, we added more at the top. I'm thinking, okay, right, now's the time to get aggressive. This is going parabolic. Let's get aggressive. We didn't do it yesterday, and I went in for 15,000 shares. It pulled back, and I'm thinking, okay, it's just consolidating. I'll buy the dip. So I added to my position, and it moved up. I'm thinking, here we go, great. And we could have taken profits here, but I'm waiting for the break of $14, $14.50. Just getting greedy and not really sticking to the plan of scaling into a position, taking profits as you go, just getting greedy and getting big size. And of course, it pulled all the way back down. So I'm a little bit discombobulated, for want of a better word. Get stopped out at just under 12.50. It does move back up again, starts to move back up again. So we get back in again. We were in for 20,000 shares. So I go in for 25,000 shares and look for the break of $13. $13 was, would have been our break-even state at this stage. So we're about $14,000 down after we exited the position here because we've gone in such big size, and so we lost a whole dollar on the move down. And we then go in 25,000 shares on this move up, $13, and it pulls all the way back, and we end up getting exiting the position at $11. So another $2 down on that, and that put us about $58,000 down on the day across the whole trade. So I went away, took the dog for a walk, kind of regrouped myself. I was a little bit annoyed with what I'd done. I was very annoyed with what I'd done, actually, and the way I'd traded, getting greedy, not cutting the loss early enough. Everything that I preach about when I'm teaching how to trade. Even on the stream, I remember we were having a conversation. First rule of trading, risk management. And I didn't. And the strategy, the principles of trading just went right out of the window. Not the end of the world, though. So we did manage to get some good news back. We managed to get on this move up with Minerva. So this hit these scanners here, and we got this lovely bull flag set up, nice little pullback. So we got in and we rode this up, and we went reasonably big size. We actually did exhibit some risk management here, and we got out as it started to pull back. And then when it started to move back up again, we took a little bit off the top. We were looking at we got profits up here at $7. It pulled back, and I added for the move back up to $7. And as it started to pull back, I'm thinking, okay, devil horns, time to get out, and I exited the position before it actually started to pull back and sell off. So we made just over $13,000 on Minerva, which again is another bioscience stock. All of these bioscience companies, just the sector is extremely buoyant at the moment, extremely volatile. And then we traded QNRX pre-market, and we got 10,000 up on QNRX pre-market, but we managed to get another 15,000 on QNRX. on this move here. So we saw that it came down, it moved back up, and it bounced, and it came back, sold off again. But on this move back up here, we were able to get in here, and as it pulled all the way back down to $19, we got back in for the break of the VWAP on the way back up, and was able to make another $15,000 on this, all the way up to 22. The high of this was 22. And so we got a good $3 move on that. Again, we were averaging between 5 and 10,000 shares on this move back up. So a little bit more aggressive than I was yesterday, but not as aggressive as I started off today. And to make another 15,000 on top of what we'd already made, it just took the sting off the day that we'd had. So today, not the best day of trading that I've ever had. It cuts the win streak a little bit short of the goal. I was planning on doing a short small account challenge, which I probably will still do starting next week. I'm looking at $2,500 as a starting position. I did a small account challenge in February, and we started with $5,000. I was able to grow that $5,000 to $78,000 in terms of $74,000, $79,000 where we finished. So it was $74,000 of trade profit on the month of February across 19 days. So the idea was I got over the monthly goal pre-market today, and I thought, okay, well, I'll do a small account challenge. I'm not risking my projected target across the year. And then when I had that big loss, I thought, do you know what? I'm going to give this. I'm going to knock it on the head. I'm not going to do the small account challenge. I need to get back over monthly goal. And then while I was walking with the dog, I actually thought, okay, hang on a minute. It's the 4th of August. We've still got 3 full trading weeks and a bit left over. There's no reason why you can't recover from this. So you'll still be over $60,000. And the markets are still relatively hot. We've still got big movers going on. So there's still opportunity to make money. As I proved when I traded QNRX, when I traded Minerva. There's still a lot of money to be made in the markets. Just gotta not give it back. And that's why I'm kicking myself. I'm a little bit really annoyed with myself today, because the gains I've made on this week and on the month to date, I gave back a huge portion of that. I've given back a third of it now. After today's performance, I've given back a third of the week's gains. But after 4 days, to give back a third, to have a big red day is kind of normal. To have a red day after a hot streak. What's not normal is to let that linger. Well, it's kind of normal if you are not used to trading. You've just got to get back on the horse, like falling off the horse. You've just got to get back on and carry on riding. And that's what I'll do tomorrow. 90 minutes before the market opens, I'll be back at it again. I'll be looking for another opportunity. I'll be looking for another parabolic mover. I'll be looking for another trade. I'll be looking for more profits. You can't keep a good man down. And as much as I'm stinging today, this bottle of wine, I'll finish this wine and maybe a little bit more, and a good night's sleep, and I'll be fresh as a daisy tomorrow, and we start from zero tomorrow. Yes, on my statistics, I'll be looking at a drawdown, nearly $28,000 drawdown. But I've shown this week that can be covered in a day. I'm not saying it will be. I'm not going to be swinging for the fences and trying to do $28,000 tomorrow. If it happens, yes, great, fine, I'll take it. But if it takes me 6 days to do it, 7 days to do it, why am I saying 6 or 7 days? Because my daily goal is 5,000. That hasn't changed. My daily goal is still 5,000. And 6 days of hitting my daily goal will cover that drawdown and a little bit besides. And if I do 6 more days of my daily goal, that means I'll have hit my monthly target after 2 weeks, because I've got 1 day tomorrow and 5 days next week. So my target right now, and the momentum I need to maintain going into next week, is I need to now have my daily goal for the next 6 days, or average my daily goal for the next 6 days. That $30,000 that I'll get from that will cover this drawdown, and it'll take me to my monthly goal. And then we can actually reset, reevaluate. We can start to say, okay, maybe we should have gone a bit bigger. But I think protecting my equity is more important than getting greedy. And today I just forgot that little bit. And that's a common error in trading. You get a little bit overconfident and you think you're invincible, and then the market comes and humbles you. So today I've been humbled. I was enjoying the hot streak, and I just got to make sure I don't have a red streak. So tomorrow it's all about getting green early, staying green. So come join me 90 minutes before the market opens. That's 8 o'clock East Coast. It's 1 p.m. in Dublin in Ireland, where I'm based, or anywhere across the UK, and it's 2 p.m. Anywhere on the continent of Europe. Come join me then. Let's see if I can't, how much of that drawdown I can recover tomorrow, and can we get green to start a new winning streak, if you will, a new green streak tomorrow. Finish the week strong. Fridays do tend to be a little bit more tranquil than other days of the week, but what do I know? This last couple of weeks have been absolutely mental. We did over $30,000 last Friday, so what's to say we can't do it again tomorrow? Let's hope the volatility sustains and we get some parabolic movers we can take advantage of. If we do, we should have another good day. So you have a good day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much.